Hi, it's Kathy. I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys just how fast a family crisis will throw a wrench in the works. So that's enough said about why I'm 3 weeks late on getting this video out. So the one thing about that, though, is it changed what I want to talk to you all about tonight. The title of this is Who's Suffering Now? I'll tell you who. Some 55 million Americans who live with chronic severe pain, who have found their pain management declining and declining and declining. Why? Because of the war on drugs. Tired of hearing about it? Me too, I think everybody is. And don't get me wrong, it's not because I don't think addiction's a serious matter and that it needs to be addressed, because I do. But not at the expense of people who live with severe chronic pain. The kind of stuff that literally alters how you live. I don't mind telling you, I'm one of those people. Of course, I'm blessed because I have a great pain specialist whom I work with, and between the medication that he prescribes for me, coupled with other modalities, I like to use self-hypnosis. I'm a fan of guided imagery. I use deep breathing and music, and also, one of the big ones is, and it took me a while to learn it, as it does most folks, learning to balance activity with rest. But at any rate, it's not about me. I'm doing okay. But my family member whose pain is exponentially worse than mine by, I don't know what number, but worse. Much worse. Why? Because I have a life. I'm able to go and do what I want to do and live. He, on the other hand, has spent most of the last year in bed. And what he wants to be doing is out in the world. He's a photographer. He doesn't want to be lying in a bed. But his pain derails everything. He moved from California to Georgia. In California, his pain was managed to the level that he would get out of bed, he puttered around the house, watched some TV, did some little things, got on the computer, that kind of thing. Then he moved from California to Georgia. Well, in Georgia, the first pain specialist he goes to cut his pain medicine by 50% on the day that he met him, knowing nothing. But that said, he did have the list of the man's history, medical and surgical history. And most doctors, when they read that list, it boggles their mind because it's so extensive. The things he's been through, I can't even begin to describe. So his pain is legitimate and it's severe. And he has very few times when he's able to say that he's actually living in the moment and enjoying the moment. He's suffering. A lot of people are suffering because of the war on drugs. In 2016, President Obama signed the, the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act. And to try to treat addiction in this country, to help to manage it, right? And then for 5 years in a row, last one being 2020, the DEA asked for and got a reduction of the supply of opioids, okay? And so now the problem is they're on back order. Now, if you go to the FDA website, they list well over 100 medications that are on back order. And I can tell you from having been a nurse, I'm kind of shocked by them because it includes methadone, fentanyl, morphine, and ketamine. These are serious pain management drugs used in the hospital. So I don't know what they're doing. But what wasn't on the list was hydrocodone. And hydrocodone is the most prescribed pain medicine in the country. But it's on back order. Why do we know this? Because my family member went to 11 different pharmacies trying to get the prescription filled and never could. Tried to call the doctor back. They would never take the calls. They would never return the calls. So I've been helping to take care of this person over this time period because he's had nothing for pain in 3 weeks. Who's suffering? Well, in my world, there are a couple of people. In your world, there might be a couple of people. But at any time, it could be you. It could be someone you love. We're going to have to speak up now. If we don't, and it continues down this path, we're going to see the suicide rate, which, by the way, has already increased since this whole thing started with cutting patients' pain meds. The suicide rate among chronic severe pain patients has increased. At least I know in the support group that I was in, we had a member who chose that route because their docs cut her meds so much severely. But at any rate, I'm just telling you that we all need to have this on the top of our head, on the top of our mind. And if you get prescribed a pain medicine or any other medicine for that matter, and you're told it's on back order, please go to the FDA website, and that's simple. It's FDA at drug shortages at FDA.hhs.gov. Report it if you're told the medication's on back order. I'll tell you, just as an aside, it's been difficult to get insulin and insulin pens, insulin syringes, and there's a type of syringe that's called a pen cap. So I can tell you that a bottle of insulin without syringes is useless, and a pen of insulin without the pen needle is useless. What are diabetics supposed to do? It's getting real, folks. Healthcare in this country is declining, and our only shot at improving it is us. Are we willing to speak up, to say enough is enough? That's what it's going to take. Talk to you again later. Bye.